Houston is facing a literacy crisis. 1 in 3 adults in the Houston area cannot read or write beyond a 4th grade level.
It has become a multi-generational issue impacting all areas and our economy. But there is a strategic plan in place to change this. In
today's Stronger Houston series, anchor Christine Noel examines Houston's literacy landscape.
Who had a terrifying encounter with a massive shark in New Jersey Creek?
A peek into these pages.
When I pick up a book, I want action.
Is a step into a whole new adventure.
This is a true story, like my neighbor and me.
Just ask 10-year-old Caden Yates.
It's about 2 kids having an adventure from school to their house to outside and just getting along.
See, Caden here.
And most of the barrels.
Is an active reader, a foundational skill he began developing as a toddler during story time with Mom.
A lot of kids, they don't really like to read, but he's special.
Special indeed. Even as a 5th grader, he understands the importance of literacy.
If you can't read, you cannot read math, you cannot read science, you cannot read social study. And reading is fundamental.
Caden is a bright light in Houston's grim literacy landscape.
We see this as really a 2-generational issue. It's a multi-generation issue here in our city.
According to research by the Barbara Bush Houston Literacy Foundation, the number of those struggling with low literacy in our neighborhoods is staggering. In Harris County, 1 in 3 adults are functionally illiterate, meaning they read and write below a 4th grade level. Approximately 60% of Houston children enter kindergarten without basic literacy skills, knowing their alphabet or letter recognition. And nearly 30% of Houston area 3rd graders fail to meet the minimum reading standards.
When we look at low literacy, it transcends and impacts not, of course, just those individuals who are affected and don't have high skill, but it translates into every single one of us, both socially and the economy. And that's why I think it's such an imperative for this to be a community issue that requires community action.
And action is the name of the game to combat the literacy crisis plaguing our city. Dr. Julie Fink is the president of the Barbara Bush Literacy Foundation and a member of the Mayor's Office of Adult Literacy. She and cross-sector leaders have developed a strategic plan with a strong focus on family literacy workshops, providing books to low-income families through the My Home Library program, a partnership with the Children's Museum of Houston to fight the summer brain drain, and identifying more than 60 adult literacy providers in the Houston area. Like the Nyhouse Education Center, a place where adults like John Alanis come for literacy help.
I read at a accelerated 3rd grade reading level.
John grew up in a small town and says he was never given the resources to become a better reader.
I have ADD and I'm dyslexic. So I kind of fell through the cracks through the, when I was younger.
Embarrassed, he turned to drugs.
And I got to a point where I was like, put that mask on of I'm not stupid, I'm just high.
10 years ago, he got sober and last year connected with the Adult Literacy Center. He's now in his 3rd semester of the program.
It's helped me in a lot of different ways. I don't realize that it does, but I just know that things are starting to come easier to me. I'm like, oh, hey, wait a minute, reading small stories and just daily activities.
Programs like those at Nyhouse.
Gosh, it's so white.
And the My Home Library, which Caden is a recipient of.
You're getting a free book and free knowledge.
Are steps in the right direction in transforming the literacy landscape in Houston.
Starting it feels good, and I think I should just finish that path.
But still, much more needs to be done.
We can and we must do more.
And we have more resources on our website, clicktohouston.com. Also, we have a special event for you coming up tomorrow night. KPRC is proud to team up with the Barbara Bush Houston Literacy Foundation. Our Dominique Saxo will host the commercial-free hour featuring interviews and conversations. Join us for a celebration of Reading 2020, a vision of literacy for all. That's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock right here on KPRC. Keith, Lauren.